Hi Ellie Cats, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a quick sort of almost like a sit down video, but I'm standing. But I just wanted to give some context to the videos that are coming soon about my packing and moving. As you may or may not know, that I actually moved to Sydney, and I tried to record my process of doing that, and it was an absolute disaster because I had watched lots of videos on YouTube about like moving and packing and like, hey, now we're putting it on the truck and now we're taking it off the truck, and look, this is how I want everything rearranged and put in spots, and you know, look at my Pinterest looking pantry. And that's just not what happened for me. So I think it's because these people must have been organised, like, hey, apply for something, have a moving date, let's go, let's start packing, let's, you know, this is what the date the truck's coming, this is what date the truck's going to arrive, I'm going to be able to go to the real estate agent, pick up the keys and go see the house. I'm able to have, you know, clean the new house if need be before moving stuff in. That's the usual process of when you're moving house. You actually get to inspect the property that you're moving to before you move. And I don't know whether it's just because it's like we're in the middle of a pandemic and this is just how you move in 2020 at the moment. You know, I saw this place sight unseen, and the real estate agent just had to trust me, and I just had to trust the real estate agent that they weren't lying about the photos they had online. But I just wanted to completely back up and tell you guys from the start why the next videos to come are all over the place, because I say one thing and then there's always this sense of urgency, like, oh my god, I gotta pack by tomorrow, I gotta pack by tonight, this is what I gotta do. And I just wanted to put some of that in context, because I say throughout the videos that I did not know I was moving, and that's God honest truth. So I got taped to my kitchen cabinet some notes in order of what I wanted to go through and tell you guys about the videos to come through, and about the videos to come, and just really explain the lineage or the timeline of things, how they happened and why things kept changing. So going back to the fact that I didn't know I was moving, which is like God honest truth, didn't know I was moving. So on the 21st of July, I actually filmed, well not filmed, but I uploaded, because I think I was a couple of days late, uploaded my 4 years since being homeless, and documented the process that I talked about in my first video that's no longer available. I corrected myself, and I drew about what's happened between then and now. Then somewhere between the 21st and the 24th, I bought my bread maker. And I know that sounds funny, like, you know, what do you mean you bought a bread maker? Like, why? What's that got to do with anything? I think after recording that homeless video and uploading, I started to realise that I kind of do want to stay where I am. I kind of do need to appreciate the things that I do have, and I need to put some roots down. Like, as much as I hated where I was, I hated the unit, I hated the apartment, I'll call it. I hated I hated the real estate agent, I hated the landlord, I hated my neighbours, I hated everything about this property, except for the location. It was 15 minutes from the CBD, which was just perfect. And this wasn't like busy 15 minutes, it was like an actual 15-minute drive, which was a nice 15-minute drive, if that makes sense, to the CBD. So you're close enough, but you weren't in the CBD. So I liked it for amenities, shops and cafes and that sort of thing. That's the only thing that this suburb, I guess, had going for it. And then on the 24th I bought my bread maker. I decided that I'm going to put some roots. I wanted I came into a little bit of money. I wanted to buy the things that I actually wanted. So I was sick of like pandemic, all the panic buys, not being able to buy bread. I wanted to learn how to make it. I've always wanted a bread maker for some reason. Ever since Mum bought hers when I was like really, really little, I wanted a bread maker. And between the 24th and the 26th was a snap decision. So going back to early July, I had a Zoom meeting, I had an old contact that knew me from about 3 years ago, roughly 2-3 years ago, know me from my place of employment, contacted me and offered me a position. It was good to catch up. He was surprised that I was in this position. Can't say too much, but such a downgrade in position that I was compared to when he knew me, and just the changing from store to stores and how I just further down got treated like shit and was back to square one. I was in a position that, I'm an entry-level position, but I've been with this company for 13 years. So he helped me get back on my feet. He offered me a position, which I initially said no because it was in Sydney. And I can't move to fucking Sydney. Or can I? All I knew about Sydney was that the real estate market was, so expensive. There was no way that on my income was I going to be able to apply for any places without being laughed at. I was told from an old friend many years ago that Sydney market's pretty much like you have to have 6 months like in the bank. I don't know if you had to pay it, but you had to show that you had the income in the bank for 6 months roughly. And so I started, after this conversation, I was just sort of like I like realestate.com anyway, just for like looking around and a bit of real estate porn. So I looked, favourite a few things and, oh, that looks nice and, oh, that looks shit. Like, so I had a little bit of a stockpile happening of things that might be. And then I got this email again from this person saying, hey, this position's still available, bit of a flirt kind of like, And then I'd noticed for about, I want to say about a week and a half, this place was still online. And I thought, I'm never going to get this place. I'm going to apply anyway. I applied using Form 1, which a lot of real estate agents don't like you using Form 1, I think it's called. 2, I wasn't able to cross the border from Victoria to New South Wales to check out this property. So there's already a strike. A lot of places want you to see it. Inspect it one way or another. I think New South Wales had looser restrictions than Victoria, so you could still by appointment have inspection dates. So the fact that I used a process that came through realestate.com, I didn't hand in a physical application, I didn't see this property, and I applied for it with kind of shit income. But I did have a proposed, no, not at the time I didn't actually. When I applied with the income that I had, and the fact that my current rent at the time was $220 a week, and this property that I'm in now is $230, and I thought, oh, it's an extra $10. I sent them my, what do you call it, tenancy lodger, so a list of like every time I've paid my rent in Melbourne, to prove that I wasn't behind. And I don't know, I tried to make myself look as good as possible, but in no way was I expecting anything. So on the 26th of July, I applied for this property. So remember, on the 21st, I uploaded my homeless video, no intention of moving, had whatever. 24th, I started to nest. I started to like buy things for my house. I bought a steam mop, I bought all sorts of things. I bought a few gadgets to actually, like, I wanted to clean my place top to bottom and rearrange things. I wanted to make it homey. I guess that's nesting anyway, minus the pregnancy thing. So yeah, and then the 26th of July I applied for the property, not expecting anything. Then on Monday I got an email saying, can you send us a few details, like stuff, like not really giving it away that I might be a candidate, but that I might be a good candidate. Just, we need a few more pieces of information. And I don't know, I must be a very negative person, because in my head I've thought, no, they need those pieces of information so they can reject me. I have, whatever, saying that they actually look through all the documents and, yeah, sorry, you're not a good fit. So I thought this whole time that they just wanted more information to reject me. So then I contacted this old work colleague to say, look, can you send me a proposed, if I was to take this position, what do you call it, not pay slips, contract. I took the risk of having an unsigned contract. He signed it, I signed it, and it was, yeah, and I sent it to the real estate agent, but we both knew this contract, once I got to Sydney, was going to change and new things had to be ironed out. So this was just get me over the border in a house, which was very nice of him. He didn't have to do. So the 26th applied, 27th they wanted more details. On the 28th is my first video of filming, so that's day one unpacking. And it starts off with, like, I still haven't got any information after we need more details. They never got back to me. So when Tuesday rolled around and I started filming, it would have been probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And I've even said in the camera, you'll see it, shortly, that I said I was going to clean, declutter, and act like I'm packing, act like I've been told. And worst case scenario, if I got rejected, then my house was clean. Then on Tuesday, so later that day, on the 28th, I paid $230 first week's rent to take the property off the market and to lock it in. Then later that day, I paid another $230 because they wanted 2 weeks, and then my $930, maybe it's $220 a week. I think it's $220 a week, $930 a month. And then paid all that, and that's when it sort of hit me like, whoa, I've just locked it in. At every stage I kept thinking, like, something's gonna go south. And then you see towards the end of the first video that it nearly did go south. Then I was told in an email on Tuesday, after I paid my first week, first rent, paid my bond, that I would get a signed lease, which actually didn't come ahead, hence the what's going on, what am I doing, because I still don't have a signed lease until Wednesday. Till probably about Wednesday, about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I didn't have a signed lease. Then, when I signed my lease, I signed it for the 12th of August. So signed lease on the 29th of July and moved in, to move in on the 12th of August. Then, on the 2nd of August, hang on, let's go back. So on Wednesday the 29th of July, I signed my lease with a moving date on the 12th of the 8th, thinking that I had 13 to 14 days to pack. So I took... Yeah, that's right. So yeah, Wednesday I signed my lease for the moving date on the 12th, thinking I had 13, 14 days to pack. Then I actually took Thursday, Friday off. I needed time. Like, it just hit me. Like, I was exhausted mentally. Like, I was just like, oh my god, I'm moving to Sydney. My parents don't know. Things happen so fast that I did not tell my parents I was moving to Sydney. Literally about 2 days until I actually moved to Sydney. Yeah, things just happened really, really quickly, as you can see from the dates. And then on Sunday, the 2nd of August, Victoria went into stage 4 lockdown. And between Wednesday and Sunday, like the days that I had off, I had put a few feelers out for, maybe I did it on Tuesday actually. I think on Tuesday, when I paid my 230 weeks rent, whatever, I started to put some feelers out for removalists, like, distance between Melbourne and whatever, Sydney, how much, this is the quantity, bid. It was like a website I used. I'll leave a link down below of, they all bid for like competing. You can pick, do you want this cheapest, do you want the expensive, do you want, whatever your price range. And then, so I did that on Tuesday, I believe. I sent the email out or did the website thing. Yeah, Wednesday, Sunday, the 2nd, of August, Victoria went into stage 4 lockdown. And then on Monday, the 3rd of August, a removalist company finally got back to me with proposed dates. Like, pick your date, we're leaving on the Monday, we're arriving in Sydney on the Wednesday, we're leaving on the Thursday, we're arriving on the Sunday. Like, you had to pick what's going to work for you depending on which state you're in at the time, if that makes any sense. So I had worked out from the phone call, email, whatever, on the Monday, 3rd of August, that I had to change my moving date to, I've written that down, I needed to change my lease, to the 8th of August, which was a Sunday. No. So from the phone call on the 3rd of August, the removalist and the dates and times that matched up were, sorry if I'm looking away, is that it was, I had to change my lease to the 9th of August, which was a Sunday, and have the removalist come pick up my stuff on the 8th, so it could be there for me on the 9th. And then, this is where all, like, shit hits the fan. Like, because each time, like on the Monday and the Tuesday, I kept saying, especially after stage 4 lockdown, I'm like, are you guys affected to it? Are you essential workers? What's going on? Do we need to go earlier? I kept thinking that the removalists didn't know what they were talking about. Like, I actually thought that, they haven't heard the news, they don't know what's going on. We're going to go, like, my stuff's going to get trapped in Melbourne, and I'm going to get trapped in Melbourne, and now I have a signed lease, and now I'm going to have to start paying rent on 2 properties, and the stress. And, like, at each spot I thought I had packed. Like, okay, the kitchen's done, now the lounge room's done. But then there's just all bits and pieces all over the house that I'm like, it's never fucking done. Which I guess is typical of moving. And then, with my dates changed for pick up the keys on the 9th, and that's when, hang on, so I did all this on Monday. Monday I changed my lease, had to sign a new lease again for the 9th of August, and removals come on the 8th. And then, so I packed Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday the 6th of August is when shit hit the fan. Now, call it divine intervention, but I don't listen to the radio. So on Thursday, I woke up really early. I woke up probably about 6 a.m, 7 a.m. And I guess that's because I had like my bed all pulled apart and I was sleeping on like a single mattress on the floor and wasn't getting much sleep anyway. But I wanted to play some music because I knew today was the day that I just have to smash it out. I'd stopped filming pretty much, like from Monday onwards. I think Tuesday, so the 4th of August is probably the last time you see me film. And I think it's me doing my bathroom. But yeah, Thursday I woke up and it was just weird. It was really weird. There was something off in the force, like it was, no. That was just, yeah, trying to use a Star Wars reference. It was just something was odd. And I wanted some music because I wanted to get stuck into things, and I found on my iPhone through iTunes that you can pick a radio station. So I'm like, oh, flicking through, it took me probably about 3 or 4 minutes to choose. And then I picked one, put it down, had a smoke, boiled the kettle, was halfway through drinking my coffee, or taking a couple of sips of my coffee, and the song had changed, and then there was like a news broadcast. And it told me, like, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning, 7, 8, whatever, that New South Wales is going into, New South Wales residents, because I had applied for my border pass and stuff, New South Wales residents had to be back in New South Wales by 12:01 Friday morning. So by the 7th of August, New South Wales residents had to be back in New South Wales, or if they weren't, had to quarantine in a hotel at their expense. But if they arrived before 12:01 Friday morning, you could quarantine. You had the option of quarantining in your resident. So my date of the removalists are coming Friday, or Friday night, or was Friday night, now is, oh no. Like, mind you, I'd already booked my flights. Like, I was leaving on the 9th of August. Like, I'd booked my flights, I was leaving, I think about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I'd already booked my flights, and I was leaving on the 9th of August. Like, flights were already booked. Removalists are coming on the 8th of August. But I sat there, like, just sitting down with my coffee, like, oh my god, I have to be in New South Wales by... So I had 15 hours to somehow get across the border. And then I thought, well, everyone's going to do a mass exodus. I should look at flights. So at 9 a.m, I just wanted to, like, entertain the thought of, like, what time's the latest flight, like, if I had to leave Thursday, because I still wasn't sure at this stage. I was not, like, I was just in panic mode of, oh my god, somehow I need to evaporate and I need to appear in Sydney by 12 o'clock. So at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, flights were like 2:50, and it was like a 7:30, I want to say, flight. So I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to book them now. What if things change? Well, I need to get a hold of the removalists. I need to change my lease date again. Those real estate agents are going to, like, lose their shit. But then I also was prepared for the fact that I might have to go to Sydney, book a hotel, not realising how New South Wales health and COVID stuff work. Like, Anyway, so I don't know how I thought, like, all these thoughts are running through my head of, I just need to get to Sydney. I just need to get to Sydney. Pack a bag, potentially for about 3 or 4 days, in case you can't change your lease, in case you can't change your removal estates. They're just going to have to come to the property opened and deal with it. But running around trying to contact the removalist, you're like, yeah, cool, no worries. Well, that ended up staying the day that it originally was, because I could make it different. Like, no, I wasn't trying to change the date. I was trying to let them know that when they came in on Friday, I was not going to be there. Because I was already paid. I had to pay like a bond to get the, not a bond, I had to pay half up front. I contacted my police station from the suburb that I was at. I then had to, no, I didn't have to. I contacted the police station in my area that I'm in to ask them if they knew what was going on. They didn't really know. They told me to call the COVID hotline. I called the COVID hotline. They didn't realise what was going on. They had no idea. Then I called New South Wales Department of Health, and they sort of, after being on hold for ages, for the last minute or two of our conversation, the person that I was speaking to on the phone had just received the email saying, oh, you're right, I just heard this update. Because it wasn't anywhere. I tried to Google this thing that I just heard on the radio. I couldn't find it anywhere. There was no reference to it anywhere. It's as if they tried to be like, hey, but not tell anyone. Completely different video explaining the rest of that story. That's going to be the end. That's going to be how I got to New South Wales, but I haven't actually finished. So find out roughly about 8 AM, then I looked at flights, and then I tried to get a hold of the removalists, couldn't get a hold of them. I contacted all these places, and by then it would have been about 12:30, and by then I was in pure panic mode. I was running around, I was in every single room. I was just like, I want to say that 90% of the packing was actually done. It was the last 10% that was unorganised. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what box. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it. It was the things that I'd left. I put aside. No, I don't know. If it wasn't an obvious thing to pack, like cutlery, plates, pillows, clothes, stationery, things that actually had categories. It's all the random little bits and bobs that you don't realise that you have until the last second that you're looking through that cabinet and you're like, oh, like there are actually things that I am missing. Probably about 4 or 5 things that I am missing. And knowing that the removalists had to do things in 2 loads because I had underestimated how much shit that I had. It was the fact that I still hadn't booked my flights. I'm running around like a headless chicken, like I smelled disgusting. And then about 1 o'clock, about 2 o'clock, I decided I have to put an alarm on my phone. At some point I need to have a shower because I'm going to have to catch a flight. I heard back from the removalists, heard back from the real estate agent who were like, yeah, cool. A few emails, blah, blah, and the lease was updated again. Told me where he was going to leave the keys. He told me that it's just going to be, I told him it was going to be like a 2-3 hour turnaround between me getting off the flight and me getting out to the suburb that I'm living in. So yeah, he left the key and I was just packing. And then at some point I'm like, shit, I have to now pack some clothes because I originally had planned for I think 3 or 4 hours without my stuff. So the removalists were coming Friday night, but I was just going to have maybe just a little bag, like, pyjamas, maybe a change of clothes kind of thing, just stuff to get on the flight. And then I was going to arrive in Sydney. This is how it was supposed to be. Arrive in Sydney, and then I was going to arrive in Sydney at 12:30, and then on about 4:30 my adventure was going to arrive. So I was going to be without my stuff for like 3-4 hours, like, who gives a shit. But I ended up having to get to Sydney by Thursday. So I spent Thursday night, Friday night, on Saturday night. No. So I spent Thursday night and Friday night with 2 pairs of change of clothes, toiletries, no blanket, no pillow, no food, yeah, hard floor. So I just wanted to give the next 3 videos, I think, some context of why I'm running around like headless chicken, and why, like, when I say that I didn't know I was moving, it's like shock. It's like I emotionally and physically and mentally had to come to terms with, oh no, right, like, I don't regret my decision, don't take that the wrong way, but it wasn't thought out. And I thought, because of the pandemic and the fact that I'd actually been approved for a place, I felt like this was an amazing opportunity. I felt pressured. There was no external pressure from this person. It was pressure that I was putting on myself. It's like, you have an opportunity to move. You have an opportunity to get away from this property. You have an opportunity to get away from all the Melbourne drama, like, I know, homelessness and depression and anxiety. You have an opportunity for a change in scenery, and I just like took it, and then had to deal with the repercussions of, crap, I'm moving. So I just, yeah, things weren't actually locked in. Like, I didn't know what I was doing from hour to hour, to be honest, and trying to film. And then I had a new camera. Like, the first video I filmed on this camera was the bread one, and that's, even that, I reckon needs updating, because I did, like, I think I worded it as in realistic, and then I wanted to now, especially in my new house, film the, okay, now that I know how to cook and how to use it, this is, sorry, it's above me, that's why I looked up, this is how, you know, tips and tricks, and only like a 10-15 minute video, not a 45-minute video. Oh, I don't know what to, yeah, anyway, getting off topic, just wanted to come on here and put some context into the videos that are coming up and my new moving series. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this series, hope it's, I tried to film as best as I can. Oh, you probably will see, like, because I've edited these videos and they're uploaded and on private, and you probably saw from the video before this that I had issues, and in case you haven't seen that video, I have been using Filmora Wondershare editing software for nearly 4 years. The music, the editing, everything is all from this software that I've paid for and had purchased 4 years ago. Never had any issue. And then last night, and because today's the 1st of August. No, today's the 1st of October. I've had some time, moved in, that sort of thing, and started working. So I've been slowly editing, and the last 2-3 days I've just been night and day just focusing, because I've been working from home the last couple of days, just editing. That's all I've been doing, is focusing, eat, sleeping, breathing these videos. And then I upload them like normal, and it gets not a copy strike, but a copyright infringement, like, hey, someone's claimed a portion of your video. And I'm like, what? So then I you know, do some I initially deleted it, and then I thought, I don't understand. I actually thought, because one of the parts of my video I had a song in the background, I thought maybe it's this, I don't even want to mention it in case it gets, you know, claimed again, but I had a popular artist just in the background, very low, very whatever, as I'm talking, and I thought maybe that's what, you know, that artist has claimed it. So I deleted that little section, because it's literally like a 10-second, like, doesn't make or break the video. And then I uploaded it again, and it got claimed again. And then I did some more research from like different YouTube videos and like, hey, what does it mean when this happens? And I could see in the top left corner the artist and the song in which I had been, that I've got copyright issues on. So I picked up my phone and I googled the artist and whatever, and it turned out it was a fucking Filmora song. So, wrap it all up, some random YouTube channel has stolen Filmora songs, uploaded to their videos, and then claimed that song, so that anyone using that software was getting copyright striked. So I was going back and forth from contacting support hotlines and just trying to contact them to say what's going on, and then slowly out of all 3 videos end up getting that copy thing. And then I realised that number 2 didn't, and then number 3 didn't, and then late last night number 1 didn't. So I thought maybe they've either contacted this person to say remove your videos, or I think there's a process where this person gets notified that someone is using your data, well not data, using your property, we'll call it intellectual property, when it's technically actually not, but and then this person has the opportunity to go, you know what, not really an infringement, I'll allow it. Because for about 3-4 hours, not that like I am making money on my YouTube, like I only have 40 subscribers, please don't forget, I'm just a little channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, help support the channel, help me at least get monetized. Let's earn that 1 cent. I want to, start earning some money. Yeah, I'm a little channel, so not as if I'm making money on my videos anyway, but in the future, if I was to get monetized, all the proceeds of this video, proceeds of the video would go to this person who owns. And I just didn't like the fact that it kind of freaked me out, creeped me out, that a video with me talking and cleaning, it's fully me, someone else owns the rights to that. So it's like a little bit of a, that wasn't going to happen. So I did everything I could, but at the moment everything's okay, and everything's uploaded properly. I just need to make thumbnails and get these things live and edit this video, because I want this video to come out first before the videos. And now I'm really out of breath, and I've had my lunch sitting here this whole time because it literally got delivered. I set the time wrong, so it's meant to be delivered in like another half an hour, but I ended up getting it delivered like half an hour ago. So it's all cold now, and I'm gonna go eat some lunch. Alright, bye alley cats.